Da-da-da, da-da-da. That was just awful. And where do I even know that from? Hmm. Well, let's start. 3, 2, 1, action. Hello, welcome back to another one of my live streams. Hello to anyone who's gonna show up. So for today, basically, well, drawing and chatting just like yesterday. Just like what I promised. It is currently 2:14, almost 2:15 p.m. in the afternoon. So, yep. Hold on, just gotta make sure my Bluetooth isn't connected. Okay, it's not. Whew, I cannot deal with that. Okay, well, so far I'm in kind of like an okay-ish mood because I was able to post a video on TikTok. TikTok. I don't even know what that means. TikTok. I was able to post on TikTok today, and sorry, I got distracted by what? No, that's the curtain, my bad. So yeah, so for today, basically we're gonna be drawing and, well, chatting, like I said, but also I'm gonna be like just talking about how my week has been really overall. Last week was definitely what I would call a challenging week for myself, and yeah, it was definitely not on my list of what I feel like someone should be going through. Eh. So let me just go. So let me just. I need to talk, right? So let me just go first say that currently, right now, I hope this week is better than last week because my week last week was literally just me getting into some weird fiduciaries or whatever. Hello, welcome to my live stream. Welcome to the drawing saga. Hi, Zach. How you doing? Hello. Okay, so yeah, so I'm just talking and drawing, of course. If you also wait, hold on. How's everyone's October going so far? How's your October going? And excuse me, is anyone here ready for Halloween? Or if you don't celebrate Halloween, are you ready for Halloween? Shout out to okay, hi Artsy. Okay, this person wants me to give them a little shout out. Hi there, Captain Game Boy. Hello. Can we see what have you drawn? Well, so far I have drawn this little cross right here. But there's a reason why I had drawn this out first. It's because, so if you were here on my live stream yesterday, you would have known, and also that in order for me to like draw like a human head, I have to do like this little cross just so that way I can get somewhat of a shape of a head. So here is actually yesterday's. Here, I'll show you. Here's what I have from yesterday. Um, you're a art YouTuber? I love it. I don't know. Maybe. I think. I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea. So, is that an alien? Yes and no. Meaning that a lot of people assume like what I drew yesterday was like an alien ghost or like a ghost alien. Honestly, I will be honest. Anytime I draw something, I have no idea what I'm drawing. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just me, I guess. That's just what I do. I think. when I draw sometimes, when I'm drawing something, I always have like an idea of like what I want to draw in my head, but then it comes out as something completely different, and I'm like, okay. And actually, I'm very familiar with drawing stuff like this. Sorry, my easel just backed up and nearly hit the wall. So yeah, just double tap the live with what? Are you in college? No, I'm not. I was, but now I'm no longer in college. I haven't been to college since 2022. Hello, Arnold. How are you doing today? So, yeah, that's basically what I do. I Whenever I draw something, I normally have an idea of like what I want to draw, but then immediately afterwards, yeah. Are you American? Yes, I am. I am sadly from the US. And the reason why I always like, here's the thing though, whenever I make a joke about saying I'm sadly from the US, it's just because, I mean, if you live in the US, you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. Just because of like how the US has been and just like how messed up the government is at the moment. I mean, if you understand, you understand. So, yeah. But but overall, I mean, I'm trying to think of like ways that like we America, we how I don't know, to be honest. I'm not that into politics, so yeah, I'm just gonna try and like change the subject now. So, okay. Now here's something what I have so far, and yeah, that's not even. Here's what I got. So yeah, so I don't know what exactly I'm drawing, and obviously they are very uneven. So yeah, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so I yeah, sorry. If you're wondering what we were talking about, we're just talking about how America is just weird. Draw an angel demon. An angle demon? Want me to draw an angle? An angle? What's an angle demon? Hello. What is this? It looks like messed up bird. You and me both. You and me both, friend. Um, yeah. Here's the thing though. I've already explained this a few times. I explain how whenever I draw something, honestly, I have like an idea in my head and I think it's turning out well, but then it just doesn't really. I'm gonna be honest. You look tired. Thank you. I had very rough sleep last night. So currently right now I'm dealing with like some shoulder pain. I'm dealing with some yeah, sh shoulder pain, a little bit of shoulder pain, and um I had to take some Tylenol, and so I took two different types of Tylenol. Well, no, I took Tylenol in the morning yesterday, and then I took Tylenol later that night. So, yeah. So overall, yeah. Hope you feel better. Oh, thank you. I hope so too, because I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I don't think I can go to work. Excuse me. I don't think I can go to work with shoulder pain because we have because Mondays is when we have delivery come in and I have to lift boxes and yeah. Now, I don't exactly have a hard enough time lifting boxes or lifting things, even if I have like a little bit of shoulder pain, but yeah, Mondays suck. Yes, they do, but if you're like me and currently your job's not letting you come in on Mondays, then, well, no, coming in on Mondays, then you know what I mean, right? You know what I mean? So I'm actually looking forward to Monday. I mean, the downside is I still have to wake up at 4 a.m. I still have to wake up at 4 a.m. So, oh, and before you ask, I'm not drawing with this one. I'm drawing with this one, but I'm only using this one because this one's the only one with a good eraser. Yeah, so now I'm just, yeah. And it's mainly just because currently where I work at, we're in a place what's known as like an off season. So I work at a hotel, and obviously working at a hotel, you're gonna have like your good and your bad days. And for me, I have, um, I don't know. So my coworker has what is known as seniority. He has what is known as seniority. Um, so basically, what that means is since he's been working there longer, if we were entering the slow seasons at the hotel where I work at, then basically he could be allowed to work his normal 5 days while I get days taken off. So yeah. Wait. Okay, so hold on. Let me show you what I got now. Because I don't know what exactly it is yet, but I feel like there's something. So that's what I got now. Okay. Fire. That's Bat who crashed my car, I guess. You know what? I'll go with that. I will agree with you on that, okay? Oh, thank you very much, Meta Knight Gaming. Bro, do you still remember Schrodinger's wave equation? I don't think so. I don't. Um, it's been a while, and yeah. Looks way better. You can add more stuff. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I normally work on like the outlines, then I try to work on like the few details that I have to work on it. So don't talk about my name. Okay. Okay, bye, Knight. I'll call you Knight. You know, like Knight, like at the round table. But it looks good. Just keep going. Thank you. Love from India. Aw. Mwah. So yeah, what's the difference between snowman and snow woman? Is this gonna be an inappropriate joke? Because if so, please do not. If you're asking me if I know the difference, I don't know. I'm not watching no Christmas movies yet. Oh, good God. Pillow. Okay, yeah. So, I can't believe it's October, and actually, October is like one of my favorite has one of my favorite holidays, Halloween. And for those who Well, if you know, you know. Who here is excited for Halloween? Okay, let me just ask. Who here is excited for Halloween? Who here is excited for Halloween? Who here is excited to dress up in costume, act like complete fools? Because I feel like that's the one night of year you get to dress up and, walk around in public. And I'm excited, of course. Yay! Aren't we all excited for Halloween? I mean, Halloween is a very fun night. It's where, we get to dress up, have fun, make complete fools of ourselves. And by the end of the night, we either have, a bunch of sugar in our bodies or too much sugar in our bodies if you're one of those that, if, you're a person who trick or treats, or if you're a grown adult, you basically, you're filled with regrets. I mean, I remembered this. Okay, so I actually remembered my first Halloween. My first Halloween when I became an adult, okay? So this was back in a few years ago. This was around the time of the pandemic. And so this was back in 2020. I was 19 at the time. I was 19. I didn't do Halloween on when I was 18 in 2019 because I had to go to school the next morning. So yeah, so I couldn't stay out too late. But this was my first night out with people and just like, you know, having fun on Halloween. And I actually vaguely remember like how the day went. So in the afternoon, after I had gone off from school, I got off from school. It was a Friday, and the plan was basically we were gonna go to this restaurant, right? We were gonna go to this restaurant, not like a fancy restaurant or like a sit down restaurant. It was more like one of those, fast food places slash sit down restaurants. I guess that's what you would call. Yeah. Hi there. How are you doing today? So, anyways, I was dressed up as a death. So I dressed up as death that year because I don't know why. I just wanted to. And I had worn a gown. I had worn the mask. I even carried around a plastic scythe with me. Okay, a plastic scythe. Because I mean, you always have to make sure you got all the details, right? Then one of the people I was with, so one was dressed like a little cute bat, I guess that's what she was dressed as. Another one was dressed as a Joker. The other one was dressed as Harley Quinn, but not like that much. And then the other one was dressed up as It. And then there was, shoot, what was he dressed up as? One of my brothers was with me, I think. He was dressed up as, I think, Deadpool. Or more like he just had the hoodie. But anyways, so we were gonna walk into this fast food restaurant, sit down and eat. Now, during this time, I had no idea why, but my stomach was just cramping. So I just decided to get a classic chicken sandwich, and that was it. However, though, one of the people that I was with had apparently did not want to walk in because they were dressed head to toe in the It Clown costume. And I was just like, really? You think people are gonna judge you dressed like the It Clown? I'm dressed up in a gown and I'm carrying a giant plastic scythe. A giant plastic scythe. Hello there. So, and if I had like my hood over, my story sucks. Okay then, and I won't tell the rest. If you say my story sucks, but, well, tell you what, I'll leave in some plot holes for you. Let's just say that night had ended with a hayride, someone almost going into a seizure, and a stranger coming up to me and asking me if I would like a ride back to my house. So, yeah. So there you go. If you're saying my story sucks, then there you go. Where are you from? I am from America, sadly. Okay, so this is what I got now. So yeah, so since this person said that, they didn't want to hear the rest of my little my story about what happened as my first Halloween as an adult, please finish the story. Oh, now you want me to. Now. Oh, okay. Wow, because a minute ago you said you didn't want me to. Now you want me? I'm just teasing ya. Looks like bro is. Hmm. Anyways, so I guess here's my life lesson. If for anybody who's like an adult and it's your first Halloween, um, there are some things that I think I do have to mention to anyone who like just turned 18 and you're with your friends and it's your first Halloween as an adult. Let me give you just like some tips just in case. In case you and your friends decide to go out for Halloween. One thing, of course, is safety, because you don't know what could happen. So, in my story, before someone told me it sucked, um, I had. So, when I told someone about how when there was a person that had came up to me, while I was getting ready. So, this is when we were leaving the Hayride Carnival because there was actually a Halloween carnival in town. Well, actually, it was actually more of like a carnival type of thing. I don't know. It's a country thing, okay? If you live in the south of America, you'd know. But anyways, so continuing with what had happened, this dude basically came up to me right as I was about to get into one of my friends' cars because well, we were just leaving and we figured that that's done, it's done, and we were gonna go to their house to like do pretty much whatever. Yeah, it wasn't until like right as I was about to approach the car, I accidentally had left one of my bags, a bag that I brought with me to hold my stuff, and not just my stuff, but everyone's stuff, just in case. So, so yeah, fast forward, I get my bag, I come back, and then next thing I know, there's a guy and he's behind me and he starts following me and I'm just like, excuse me, sir, are you okay? And he looks at me and says, "Oh, sorry, I was just wondering, would you like a ride back to your house?" And I was like, "Who the hell are you?" Sorry for swearing. But yeah. But yeah, that's what he had said to he here's the thing though. I had no idea who this guy was. I had no idea who he was, and for some reason he was asking me if I would like a ride back to my house. I think, well, actually, no. First thing in my head I'm thinking is, how does this person know where I live? Because, like, imagine a complete stranger coming up to you and saying, "Hey, you want me to drive you back to your house?" What is your Instagram ID? My Instagram's in my description. So if you want to go and see it, it's in my description. But yeah, so I don't know. So that's this is what I'm trying to talk about. Basically like safety. Um yeah, make sure that, you have a friend that's close by or something like that, or if you're by yourself, make sure that, you check your surroundings and if a stranger comes up to you, please also have like a sober enough mind to, yeah, make sure you get out of that situation as quickly as possible because as quickly as it can take for, someone to come up to you and nab you is just as quickly as, you can actually have the brains to, not get kidnapped in the first place. I'm thinking about using this color. So this one, I think this one's like auburn or something. See, so this is what I got now. Everyone has a scary Halloween story. Yes, that is true. Everyone I know has a scary Halloween story. Actually, an old friend of mine, him and his now ex, actually got married, actually in 2020, not 2020, in 2019, I believe, on Halloween, actually. So, yeah. However, though, they did not invite me, which was, I mean, first of all, I actually did understand like why they didn't invite me. It was because during that time the pandemic was fast rising. So really though, even if I was had the chance for them to invite me, they were actually very limited to how many people can be at their wedding, if that makes sense. Hi, Ryder. And looking like Ghost. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm going with this, but yeah, just yesterday, people were saying like my drawing from yesterday looked like an alien ghost, which I think is pretty okay because, well, like I said earlier in this live stream, I really don't know like what exactly I'm drawing because I will like have like it set in my brain like I know what I want to draw, but then it just ends up as something else. You drown in your next Halloween dress or what? No. No, I will not. Also, the last time I dressed up actually was 2 years ago, and I dressed up as Michael Myers. I dressed up as Michael Myers because also around that time I was working at a Halloween store, and I was Michael Myers that year. So, hello there. How are you doing? Drawing bleep bleep bleep. Aw. Oh, you're so sweet. I love it when comments say stuff. You know what's actually kind of weird though that I'd also want to discuss about? It's just like how often I will get comments from people who say stuff like, your drawing is shit, or, you suck, and all that. Like, how you gonna scare bees on Halloween? How am I gonna scare bees? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll find out that that they're allergic to me as much as one of their cousins is allergic to one of my siblings. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. Last year, I actually remembered I didn't really do much. All I did was just sit down in my room and I watched classic horror. I watched classic horror movies. Um, or at least horror movies I used to watch as a kid. So I used to watch this one movie that I was obsessed with called Monster House. It was called Monster House, and it was just amazing. You like anime? Yeah, I actually do. I think anime is pretty cool. I don't know why. However, though, there's this one thing I don't like though. It's when like how cartoon shows try to take like old shows that used to be anime, you know what I mean? And take like Teen Titans, for example. I used to watch Teen Titans when I was very little, and that show came out. So when the animated version was like out, I was very happy to have watched it. I thought it was cool. However, though, there were still some plot holes that did not get. Like, how did Slade? Well, no, I think Slade. He was like resurrected by Trigon or something. But how did Terra? How was Terra able to like free herself from being in like stone form? That I don't know. I'm from Pakistan. Hello, Pakistan. Oh, you're leaving? I'm so sorry. Mwah. Have a good day. Yeah, how is Terra able to, you know, like no longer be in rock form? It's just so weird. Okay, so this is what I got now. Obviously, I don't know what I'm going for with this because this looks terrible. It is. You can come at me in the comments. Trust me, I've heard much worse. But yeah. But anyways, so a show that I had used to watch when I was younger was specifically during Halloween was Monster House. And if you don't know what that is, Monster House was this movie where basically it talks about these three kids who go inside a haunted house by an old man, but then they go inside it when the old man ends up in the hospital, but then they find out the monster is like a person or whatever. Are you sad and depressed? Yes. Yes, I am. Thank you, Mr. Muscles. That's Spider Man from online shopping. Yes, I see it now. Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I don't really know what I am doing while I'm drawing or something like that, but yeah. So, anyways, what made you take such a good picture? You speak Pakistan? I don't speak what's the language in Pakistan? Pakistanian? Is that it? Or am I saying that wrong? You gotta hit the gym. Yes, exactly. I'm not gonna argue with you there. I definitely do need to hit the gym, okay? I will be honest. Um, I definitely do need to hit the gym because I mean my legs are okay. I'm not really like that concerned with my legs because I go on runs. I go on runs on my days off in the mornings on my days off. But I'm trying to focus more like on my upper body, if that makes sense. So yeah. Hello there, Maverick. Monster House was nice, but I love it. That's okay. Really though, I wouldn't judge a person, if they love it. Because here's the thing though, it's Halloween month. Bring out all the horror movies, okay? If I'm not screaming or something or getting like jump scares, like, I mean, because here's the thing though, I don't know why, but this always happens to me whenever I get like a jump scare when I'm watching a horror movie specifically. Whenever I'm watching a horror movie specifically, I always get a jump scare, and every time I get a jump scare, I'm always just like, "God," and then I just start laughing. I just start laughing, and it's just like, I don't know why. I just love that. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I feel like it's just like that adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? That adrenaline rush where basically, you're like in suspense of what's gonna happen, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then out of nowhere, you end up, you know, eventually you get scared and terrified, but you know, it's just like a fun feeling. Like, here's the thing though. Has anyone here watched The Conjuring? Have you ever watched The Conjuring? Like, have you guys watched The Conjuring? Like Conjuring and Conjuring 2 or or the recent one? Okay. So here's what happened. So a few years ago when I was 15, okay, me and some family members we went to go to the movie theater, and there they were playing Conjuring 2. Okay, Conjuring 2 was in theaters. This was back in 2016, I believe. I was in 10th grade. I was a sophomore in high school, and yeah. So I was sitting right next to my brother, one of my brothers, and well, I was waiting impatiently for like the jump scare, and every time I would get a jump scare, I would scream so loud. Apparently, I was screaming out so loud that I interrupted half the audience, and some of them had looked at me and they went like, yeah. So basically, I got stares at the movie theater because every time I got a jump scare, and then here's the thing though, after I would get a jump scare, I I kid you not, I would just start laughing because yeah, it's just I mean, come on, because it's just fun. It's fun to get jump scared. I like that excitement. I'm gonna be honest. I like that excitement, that adrenaline rush, you get when you're like, you know, scared, I guess. You looking like him. Like who? Are you the emo actor from FD Bloodlines? No, I don't even know what that is. I mean, hey, it's a better, have you watched Pennywise? Yes. I have watched Pennywise and generally, um, okay, so here's the thing though that I have to ask about, very iconic, um, Halloween characters. So, are you the actor from Final Destination? No, I'm not. So here's basically what I'm gonna talk about. So some Halloween icons, like Chucky or Ghostface or Michael Myers or Jason or Freddy Krueger. Now there are some that I actually really like and others that I kind of question a little bit. Like for one example, has anyone here ever seen the Scream movies? The ones with Ghostface, who's running around like a big black cloak and holding a knife. Yeah, so my only question is, how is nobody like sweating or tripping in that thing? Because, like, if there's a person in there, they're running around and they have. I'm just like, how have they not tripped and fall? And also, half the time when like they reveal their face looks as if it's dry. Like they haven't even broken a sweat. Like, seriously? You broke my heart. Oh, I'm so sorry. Look, look, you can still like Scream. I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's just that I don't really get it. Now, another character I don't get, and this is the only other one ever. I'm not going to talk about all the other characters, but there is one other that I'm kind of questioning a bit, and that is Chucky. Okay? Chucky. Chucky. The doll. What was that? Eh. So, Chucky the doll. He's a doll. I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. How come? Because honestly, though, I feel like if I were in any of the Chucky movies and, like, he was, like, trying to pin me down while he's in my hands like this, then why can't it be like, wait, I'm alive and you're a doll? Why can't I just throw you in a pit of fire? That literally makes sense. Have you seen Alone? No, I haven't. But yeah, so Chucky, I'm just gonna be honest, I really do not get the point of that. Chucky. Honestly, though, because he's a doll, and please do not come after me for saying that if you like Chucky. You can still like Chucky. The problem is, I just don't get it. He's a doll. You can pick him up and throw him around and hit him against a wall or something. It's movies. What do you expect? Yeah. I mean, because I feel like if it were real life, though, if it were real life, then I would just be like, you're a doll. I can just throw you in a dumpster or something. And then if, Chucky decides to be like, oh, but I will be back for you, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, you'll be back for me, you'll hunt me down, this and that, and, I'll be ready with matches or something like that. All I can say is, seriously? Now, however, though, there's also one other thing that I don't really get with, like, specifically, it's characters that always thinks it's a good idea to run and hide in places where like the killer is. Like, I mean, cuz if you saw me walk running and I was, I don't know. If Okay, if I'm with someone and they suggest that we go hide in the shed with the chainsaws where the killer is, I'm just gonna be like, are you nuts? Are you nuts? I'm not going in there. Because why? That's literally like how they expect where you expect to go. So, it was crazy family stuck in a town and now can't get out of it. And even night monsters come. Oh, wait, okay. I think I've seen trailers for that one, but yeah, I never saw the whole movie. Okay, so this is what I got now. I think I'm just gonna like work on the background a little bit and that's it. So, but yeah. Has anyone like ever like, I don't know, kind of question the people who do that? A Quiet Place. Uh, Now I've seen those movies. I've seen those movies. I'm not gonna lie. I think what actually does shock me is just the fact that like in that one movie ending scene where like the monsters apparently try to attack, but then the daughter finds their weakness when I think, hopefully I'm remembering this correctly. If not, you guys can come after me, but that one scene in the end where basically she takes her hearing aid and like puts it up to the mic, and basically the creature just ends up like thrashing around until like boom, it's dead. So pretty much that's how I guess they were able to find their weakness. And that is, although they can hear and their sensories are through hearing, if you like play like a high enough frequency, I guess, then obviously, they're not going to live very long and, the aliens will just like drop dead like right there. Now I'm just like, so that's their weakness, huh? Very high frequencies. Does anyone watch supernatural TV shows? Define TV show or like specifically what type of supernatural show because I have watched a few and yeah, some that are movies and others that are series, but yeah. You like zombie movies? Hmm, depends. Depends on like what exactly the zombie movie is. Um, so I came across this one zombie movie from like the name is Supernatural. Wait, is it? Oh no, I might be saying this wrong, but I want to say it's featuring that one guy who. Ah, shoot. I said one guy. Obviously, that could mean like any show. But I'm trying to figure out. But basically, it's this one dude who like goes around and I guess hunts aliens or something. Two types of ones, World War Z, and one is Zombie Island. Or Zombie Land. Zombie Island. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say Zombie Island. But yeah, I think that um I don't know. I don't think I've seen zombie movies. Like I've seen this one where I forget what the movie's called, but basically this dude ends up apparently like a zombie outbreak like breaks out for no reason, and he's apparently like a gamer or something. He's a gamer, and the only way he could survive would be, I don't know, he places like his fridge in front of his doorway of his apartment just to make sure that he doesn't get eaten by zombies. But then later, um, yeah, he starts to go crazy in starvation, because he misses his family and all that, and he thinks there's like no other purpose because literally all the zombies have taken over the human race, and I don't know. But then later he meets a girl, and she apparently lives in the same apartment complex, but on the other side. And the only way they can talk to each other is either through radio or I don't know, like if they leave some type of message. And yeah. However, though, I do remember like the ending of that movie, how it ends. Basically, he takes out his phone and he makes a post and he says hashtag safe zone, I think, or hashtag safe. I don't know. But yeah. So, but yeah. But anyways, yeah, I'm very excited for Halloween this month. I am hoping, because it is on a Friday, I hope to do something. Or if I'm not needed in for work that weekend, something exciting to happen for me. Like, I can go over to a friend's house because all of my old friends in them or old acquaintances, they all work Monday through Friday jobs, but they don't work weekends. But versus me, who I do work Mondays and Tuesdays, but I just don't. But I also work on the weekends, so yeah. So those who are saying I don't have a job, I do. It's just that, well, with my schedule at the moment, everything's kind of like fluctuating or whatever. Also, if this piece of paper would just stay standing up, it's just gonna end up looking terrible anyways. I know that. You know what? I think I'm just gonna like finish this up and that's pretty much it. But yeah. I'll just finish this up later, but here's basically what I got. Obviously, it's not like how I thought it turned out, but hey, compared to yesterday's, honestly though, if I had to take a guess, which one would be my favorite this weekend from this or this? Honestly, this would be like my favorite I've done this weekend versus this. I think it's just mostly because like the head, like I really wish I would have fixed the head a little bit, but or maybe I should have picked like a different color, I guess. But yeah. So this would honestly be my overall favorite. But what do you think? So this is the one that I'm calling like Ghost Alien or Alien Ghost from yesterday. And this one I will call something with like the redhead. The drawing is really strange. Yeah, thank you. I draw and paint strange things all the time. I'm what you call an abstract artist, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so I am gonna get off live here, but I do want to say that right before I get off live, so yesterday I had said that, so For my short videos I'm going to be posting throughout this week, I will be showing off a bat necklace. Hold on, give me one quick second. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah. So in my short videos that I will be posting, I'll be showing off this necklace right here. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. But basically, this one has a bat on it, okay? I don't know if you can see it. But this one has a little bat figure on its head or on the metal necklace. And basically what I said was, if you guys, anybody here who sees me in one of my short videos with this bat necklace, I want you to comment an emoji of a bat. Just because, well, I think it'd be pretty fun. Plus, it's October, it's Halloween month, so yeah. So, and I already know I did post a video with this bat necklace last week. So if you want to, you can go to that video, you can go to that short video and not post, comment an emoji of a bat, you know, just for fun. Yeah. And I will be wearing this necklace in other short videos this week. So make sure if you see any of my short videos and I have this necklace I'm wearing, I want you to comment an emoji of the bat, okay? But other than that, thank you all so much for joining my live. Thank you to those who have joined my live. I will be live again this coming Saturday this week, so make sure you like, subscribe, and you turn on the bell notifications so you can be notified when I go live on Saturday. I will have some short videos posted this week, so make sure you are also subscribed, and you know, and you turn on the notifications so you get notified when I post them. And yeah. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day and or night. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you this Saturday. And don't forget, like I said, if you see me in my short videos, wearing this necklace, I want you to comment an emoji of a bat. Okay? Okay? Thank you. Well, thank you all so much for joining my live, and I will see you all again this Saturday. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you can be notified when I go live on Saturday. Okay? Thank you so much again for showing up my live, and I'll see you next time. Okay? Mwah. Oh, and as always, take care and stay safe. Mwah. Bye.